For a lot of people, their self-worth is tied up with their job, their partner, how many friends they have, how they're perceived, their status, etc. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about this concept. As many of you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm not with anyone, and you know I've been doing the inner work and trying to make peace with that and develop as a person. And a lot of my depression and sadness in the past came from not having anyone, because I validated my sense of self-worth and self-esteem through having a relationship and being with someone. And I really struggled with this concept of that I hadn't found anyone. And it got to the point where I was just sinking deeper and deeper, because my whole sense of self-worth was wrapped up in this idea of being in a relationship, with being someone, with being the wife and having children. And I felt this chronic sense of failure because I hadn't achieved that at a certain point in my life. And that's when, how I've talked about in the past, that's when I got really down. But I realised that I was switching that sense of validation coming from a relationship, and then I realised I was switching that over to YouTube. I realised that as soon as I accepted that I didn't have that validation for a relationship, I tried to get that sense of self-worth through YouTube. I realised that I was trying to gain subscribers to still feel a void that I felt inside. In my brain, I think I felt, if I have lots of subscribers, if I have lots of views on my channels, then it's almost a redemption from the people that rejected me in the past, redemption from the people that didn't want to be with me. If I had all those subscribers, if I had 10,000 subscribers, part of me was chasing that goal to fill that void. Part of me felt that if I had loads of subscribers, that I would be more attractive to the opposite sex, because I had almost this social clout to back up me as a person. I didn't feel enough as a person as I was in my own self, because I felt I didn't have the money, I didn't have the relationship, I didn't have the house. There was this constant feeling that I wasn't enough. So if I gained loads of subscribers and had that kind of backing, then I felt, well, I'll be more attractive to the opposite sex because I'll have all these subscribers. Having more subscribers will open me up to meeting different men because I'll have this social backing behind me. And that's when I realised that I just switched taking the validation from having a partner, and because I kind of realised that's not going to happen at the moment, I just switched that over into YouTube and trying to make videos, like not taking a break, literally just working all the time. If I think I haven't really had a break in 2 years, I've literally like posted a video like for nearly 2 years and I haven't had a break, because I was so like wrapped up in making this happen, and I needed to like sit down and think, like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for the right reasons? Am I doing this to help people? Am I doing this to, you know, entertain people? Or am I doing it because I don't feel that I am good enough in myself? Have I been just trying to do YouTube because I feel if I have all these followers, if I have all these likes, then I'm more desirable? And that's kind of what I've had to sit with at the moment. And also, my channel is like really blowing up at the moment. Like for me, it's blowing up. Obviously not if you put me next to other YouTubers, but for me it's really blowing up now, getting like thousands of views a month. And gaining more subscribers. Each video is like doing better than the last. And I can kind of look at the analytics and I can see that YouTube's like starting to recommend me now. And I feel like I'm almost on the precipice of this channel like blowing up. And it's weird because all these videos are blowing up and I don't feel the happiness that I thought I would feel now that my channel's blowing up. I thought that in my channel blowing up, I would just be happy. Basically, I thought getting all the views, getting all the likes would heal all my wounds, basically, because I'm like, oh, people are loving my content, people are watching my videos. But I had to realise that the whole YouTube thing, being a social media influencer, it isn't a band-aid for how you feel. I've seen lots of YouTubers that are an absolute mess. Having like a social media following, it doesn't make you a better person. You just switch the problems that an average person would have and you just switch them over into having new problems. And the more I'm watching like YouTube, I'm just seeing that the more like some people are just like really messed up. That is a bit worrying. But it's because we live in a generation where having a social media following, having followers, having likes, people put that on a pedestal, and it's not fixing the inner problem of how you feel as a person. Having my channel blow up, having lots of likes and followers is not going to fix my sense of self-worth at the moment. And sorry, my voice is getting a bit croaky. It's not going to ultimately fix the pain I feel at not being a wife and a mother. Even though I enjoy it, I see it as something I do. It got to the point where it was becoming like my whole life revolved around making videos. And it got to the point where I was just so focused on making my channel blow up that I was almost like forgetting to live, forgetting to exist in the present and exist in the moment, because I was just so focused on being a YouTuber, having subscribers, ultimately so I can, leave my corporate job, which I've talked about. Obviously, I'm still going to make videos. I don't want to stop making videos. I just needed to take stock, really, and think making videos is part of my life. Ultimately, it's still under YouTube's control. YouTube could just delete my channel at any point. I had to be wary that I could say the wrong thing. I could get cancelled at any moment, because obviously some of my content is a bit edgy, and I know that I could literally just say the wrong thing by mistake and then YouTube could delete my channel, and then all my self-worth is gone, because again, I've just switched it from not having a relationship, being comfortable, not having a relationship. But really, am I comfortable, or have I just switched that over to YouTube and being a social media influencer and trying to make my channel grow? That's why I just want to make people think of where they're getting their self-worth from. Are they getting their self-worth from photos they put on Instagram and how many likes they get? Are you getting your self-worth from what your job is? If everything was taken away tomorrow, would you still be okay to sit with yourself and think, yeah, I'm a good person. I make an impact on people around me. I'm a nice person to be around. At the end of the day, YouTube isn't a guaranteed stream of income. Who knows what will happen to technology in the future? We've already seen that with technology, the change in content, if you look at videos, it's moving across to shorter videos. People prefer shorter videos because The new generation is the TikTok generation that are used to short videos. They don't want to watch long form content. People streaming hours and hours of content are kind of wasting their time because that's not the way people are going technology wise. And I'm all for a good podcast, and yeah, I'll listen. But I think I only watch a lot of podcasts now because I'm at home and I have the luxury to sit at home and listen to them while I'm working from home. I think when everybody goes back to work properly next year, because I think that's going to happen, I can't see this working from home lasting forever. People aren't going to be able to listen to podcasts all day because we're all going to be going back to our jobs. And YouTube isn't guaranteed. And if anyone is getting their self-worth, self-esteem from the dream of becoming an influencer, it's definitely not what you think it's going to be. And it's so competitive. Sometimes I think, oh God, I'm just another person with a Blue Yeti microphone speaking into a camera, and there's thousands of people doing this. Like, what can I offer that is different to what thousands of people have said before? Kind of learned with my content just to put out stuff that I feel is impactful or is just a bit funny, like entertainment, and try and not worry so much about how this is going to hit, how this is going to land. There's so many times I've made a video and I'm like, this is it, this is the viral one, this is the one that's going to launch my channel, and then ultimately it just sinks into oblivion. So I'm trying to not wrap up my self-worth within the followers, the likes, how many people like my video, how many people don't like my video. If you please everyone, you're just going to be a vanilla, boring channel that isn't impactful at all. I'd rather just make edgy, quirky content that maybe doesn't get as many views, but I have like my core fan base that like really love my stuff.